we're expecting that shortly before 2 o'clock they will make their way here to the Labour Court to come and hear what that judgment will be. But certainly quite a lot of interest has been generated from the general public, because obviously when you pay for that all expenses paid trip, of course, to wherever it is that you're going, whether it's business or pleasure, you're expecting some catering services on the airline which you have chosen. So certainly on SAA and airlines such as Air Mauritius, if the strike does go ahead, catering services on those airlines will be affected. So it's generated quite a lot of interest. You would know, of course, that NUMSA does seem to be the majority union at Air Chefs. I think with just about over 630 some odd workers there. So this would mean, of course, that there would be a great impact in terms of the catering services at some of these airlines, of course. And I just saw, let me bring in Pagamile Majola, who's just joined us now. Forgive me, Nzinga, she's just walked in here at the moment. I hope you can give us some time. Pagamile, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Pagamile, I'm sure you're hoping for the best come 2 o'clock. In that statement that you released, you said you're quite perturbed as a union that Air Chefs management had decided to approach the Labour Court at the last minute yesterday.
Well, indeed. I mean, we've been engaging on the issue of the anniversary bonus since January this year, when it became very apparent that Air Chefs management was now withdrawing this benefit. And since then, we've had engagements through the bargaining council, the catering bargaining council. In April, we deadlocked on this issue, and the commissioner at the catering bargaining council granted us a certificate of strike on the basis that they too felt that Air Chefs had not done this in the right way. So since April, in effect, Air Chefs has had an opportunity to engage us. It is quite outrageous that on the eve of strike action, they then run to the Labour Court and in an attempt to seek an urgent interdict.
So obviously this would affect quite a number of airlines if you're given a go-ahead for this strike action to take place. You are the majority union at Air Chefs. So talk to us about the impact of this. There's quite a number of airlines that could possibly be affected if this judgment goes your way.
Absolutely. SAA certainly will be affected. SAA Airlink, Mango, Swiss Air, as well as all South African Airways lounges and canteens, and South African Airways technicals canteens. So it's not just about food, it's catering as a whole. For any of those services will not be available. So we are surprised to hear Air Chefs saying that they're taking contingency steps. I'm not sure what those steps would be, considering that out of 1,100 employees, 632 of those are NUMSA members who've decided to embark on strike action.
So if it doesn't go your way, I don't want to preempt at 2 o'clock, what will be the next step for NUMSA?
Our first focus is to see what this judgment is going to be, and that will determine our next step forward. But we believe very strongly in the fact that we've done everything legally correct in terms of positioning ourselves to be able to embark on a legally protected strike. Air Chefs came to court claiming that our strike was not protected. That was the first claim they made. And the second claim they made was that the demands we're making for the anniversary bonus are covered in the new main agreement. Unfortunately, when we were at court yesterday, they were unable to actually provide evidence of that. So we're hoping that the court will side with us on this. We feel we've done everything possible to ensure that we are on the right side of the law on this, and we hope that the court will also see this the way we see it.
Thank you very much for your time. Pagamile Majola, the spokesperson for the National Union of Metal Workers South Africa, counting down, of course, to 2 o'clock this afternoon, where the presiding officer here at the Labour Court will make a judgment, of course, on whether the strike by over 600 workers, about 632 in the Air Chefs sector, will, of course, be able to embark on that strike action. NUMSA maintaining that the Air Chefs management had made a unilateral decision to cancel that anniversary bonus. So at 2 o'clock, we'll certainly get that judgment in Nzinga.
Chriselda Lewis coming live to us from the Labour Court there, following that story, and we will keep you updated as more news comes in.